Hey guys, welcome. As I promised, this is the first video. As I shared with you what I'm going to do, just some small little video tips and training and equipping, and I need you to know that this is not my primary source of training and equipping and leading leaders, but I do believe it's going to help with many small little things and to give you little bite-sized things to think of on a regular basis. Today I want to share with you the role of a community leader. The Bible is full of what is a leader, what does a leader do, how does he think, how is he, or she. But today I've kind of just summed them up into 5 simple words, and if you've got a pen, maybe just jot these down. Your first role as a leader is that you're exactly that. You are there to lead. All right, you're a leader. And what a leader ultimately does, like what John Maxwell defines leadership as, he says, if you're able to influence people, then you're leading them. And that's male, female, families, young and old. He also says, take a walk, look behind you. If people are following you, you're a leader. If not, you're just taking a walk. And we have the amazing privilege of having the gospel in our hearts, and we have the privilege, the calling of leading people into their future for God. And in our case, it's leading people together with all the saints in Josh Gen into our corporate future, but also into people's individual future. As a leader, many times God's going to show you giftings, callings, potential in people, in saints. And as a leader, one of your key things is to sit with those people, pray with them and say, hey man, God's gifted you with this. I see that in your life. I want you to follow up, and as I think you can help that person, or go and serve here and go and pray for that one. But you're leading them to fulfill their calling, to unlock their giftings and their callings in God. The second role of a leader is that you're someone who cares. And that's, again, male, female, young and old, it doesn't matter. All of us are called to care. Within your community, one of your primary focuses is that people will experience care. Andrew always says, as shepherds, we don't need to beat sheep and build fences, but what we rather do is we create green pastures where people will come and feed and feel loved. That's a huge mindset. It's different. Some churches, they want to hold on to everyone, but we believe in creating green pastures where people feel loved and cared for. So your Wednesday night is probably the first area where people will feel loved and cared for. One of the things I also do is I look on Facebook and I look for little things that people are doing, saying, experiencing. So let's say James has got a new job, and I see it on Facebook, and he says, hey man, enjoying my new job. Then I'll make a mental note of that. Next time I see him, I'm going to bring it up. And the fact that you took time to look at him and to see what's going on, it means a lot. It's not the primary way you care for people, but many times that one little thing is a stepping stone to build a relationship or build a conversation. Get to people. That for me is so important. Give them a phone call, an SMS, invite people for a meal. It says so much when you are thinking about people and you're including them in your world. They walk away saying, I feel loved, I feel cared for. Your third role as a leader or a community leader is this, that you're a facilitator. Now a facilitator is exactly this. It means you don't do it all. You don't do all the planning for a Wednesday meeting. You don't do all the visitation. You don't do the worship and facilitating the word and the prayer time and the announcements. You don't do it all. You facilitate. There's parts that you'll do, but a lot of that you'll delegate, and you'll trust people. Even if they're going to make mistakes, that's fine. But you're kind of getting everyone involved. I'm going to share a little bit later on how to facilitate a meeting, but also how to plan. But you need to know this. You cannot do it all. That's not how God created us. We're a body. In your home group, you're like a little mini church. Delegate. Give. Even that new person who's only been there for a month, give them something to do. Say, hey man, would you mind, obviously you plan all of this before the time, would you mind doing the announcements for us, or would you open in prayer? Small little things like that really shows people that you believe in them, but ultimately you're facilitating. All right, I'll talk a bit more about that in detail on another video. Your next role, number 4, is this. You're a disciple maker. In other words, you know what it's like to be discipled, but you are making disciples. I'm going to talk about what it means to make disciples in a later video, but it's so crucial. Everything we do, amongst the fun, amongst the fellowship, everything we do is all about helping people to grow spiritually and to fulfill their call ultimately glorifying God. But to do that, you're intentionally discipling people. I'm going to talk about that later, but there's small little things like, how's your quiet time going? How's your prayer life going? Who you're witnessing to? Small little pertinent questions that you need to ask people in your group that really, if you're not asking those things, you're going to find it very difficult to disciple people. Praying with them, sharing scriptures, all those small little things or small little intentional things you do to make disciples. The last role of a community leader, and I've summed these up in 5. You could probably expand it to a lot more, but it's this, is that you're always going to have what I call counseling times or encouraging times, and ultimately that means that you've identified like a need or something, that a challenge in a person or a couple's life. You make an appointment, you meet with them, or they have a meal with you first, and then you sit down and you say, listen, I see this challenge in your life or with your kids or in your work situation or how you're processing something. I see you're battling with this. Is it true? Always get people to acknowledge that. Then you counsel them through that. So around the Word, while being led by the Spirit, you can talk and chat. And I've had that many times where right there, while you're trying to lead someone out of their situation, you literally feel the Spirit of God leading you in that whole conversation. And again, through the Word, I always try and use Scripture, even if it's just quoting Scripture, not necessarily having the Bible right there, but you're counseling people out of their, let's say, their marital challenge or out of their work situation. So they've lost someone's just died and they're not processing that properly. Maybe there's an offense, unforgiveness, there's a hurt. So many small little things that the saints will need to be counseled through. And again, sometimes they can work through it themselves, which is first prize, but sometimes we as leaders are there to help them and to counsel them through that. So just a quick summary. You're a leader, you're someone who cares, you're a facilitator, you're a disciple maker, and then lastly, you're a counselor. Hope this has helped you. Call me, chat with me, email me. See you on the next one. Cheers.